This is Shep's Tech Cars, and I'm finally back with another video, and it has been 6 months since we bought our 2021 Audi Q8, and today I'm going to be explaining the overall ownership experience with some things I like and some things I don't like about this car. So if you're thinking about buying a Q8 or a Q7 and you can't decide, hopefully this video may help, and I hope you guys do enjoy this video. If you're looking for a full, detailed, in-depth review on this specific Audi Q8, I already have a video on that on my channel, on my car review channel, Shep's Tech Reviews Cars. So if you want to see a full, in-depth tour of this specific Audi Q8 of me reviewing it, I'll put a link down below in the description to my car review channel where you can go check out this video and when I talk about a full in-depth overview and about this car. However, this is just going to be a more ownership of after 6 months. We bought this car 6 months ago, and to be honest with you, that's gone by really fast. Get straight into this video, and if you are considering a Q7 or a Q8, there are a couple things you need to know. These cars are really similar. So the Q8 shares the exact same platform as the Q7. However, the Q8 does not have the third row seating. Instead, you have a bigger second row, more room in the second row, I should say. And other than that, that's mainly the main difference, as well as the Q8's more on the trend of these SUVs that are turning into coupes. Basically, the body line slopes down, so the roof is like a sloping roof line. So that's mainly the only differences. So the Q7 and the Q8 are very similar. However, if you need the 3 rows, you can probably exit the video now because the Q7 is the one for you. However, if you are still considering a Q8 or a Q7, you may want to stick around so I can tell you about the ownership throughout this entire car for the past 6 months. The first thing that everyone wants to know about, obviously, and that is maintenance. So obviously with the German car, you may be expecting that things may break at some point. However, with the past 5,800 miles on this car, that's right, we've only done 5,800 miles on it, it has been completely flawless. We have had no issues with it whatsoever. The only time when it went into the dealer was to get detailed. But other than that, we've had no issues, and we have had some complaints with it, which I'll explain in this video. But maintenance-wise, there is nothing really wrong with the car. We have had nothing break. Cross our fingers, hopefully. And it's overall just been super reliable. However, there are a couple of complaints with the car, which I will get into. One of these complaints is the trunk space. So we are coming from a 2020 Volvo XC90, and obviously that's a full-on SUV, but it loses a lot of cargo space because of this sloping roof line. So one thing that's actually really handy is that the seats are actually on rails, so you can actually scoot up the second row, which is very helpful in situations like this. So let me just see if I can scooch this seat up. So the second row scooches up. So let me just put the camera down so I can scooch the second row up, so you can kind of get a sense of how much room you get with this second row scooched up a little bit. You can see this is the second row that's scooched up. This is the normal second row, so you do get a couple more inches of cargo room. However, that's one of my biggest complaints with this car is cargo space. There isn't a lot of it, including under the floor, because under the floor there's a tire there. So there is not a lot of space back here. So this kind of worries me for when we go on our yearly trip to Martha's Vineyard, Massachusetts. I don't think everything's gonna fit in the back because of this sloping roof line. So that is something to consider. Would you rather have less trunk space and sacrifice that trunk space for the looks? That's something you'll definitely have to consider. This is also another difference comparing to a Q8 versus a Q7. So with the Q8, as I said, you do get a lot more rear legroom. Obviously, since it is the 8 series of Audi's 8 series is usually the luxury series. So obviously, this is where like my mom would sit. Also, where technically I would sit, I'm only 5'2" or 5'3", and it's about to get darker in a second. I fit in here perfectly fine. It is obviously very nice legroom. I have no complaints with the legroom. This one has like the upgraded screen, so you can change the fan speeds and everything like that. So again, the Q7 does not have this much legroom. The Q7, I would say it's about, let me scoot the seat up. I would say it's about here. But anyways, the Q7 does not have this much legroom because in the back you would have 2 rows of seating. So that is also something to consider. So I really do like the rear legroom. That is not a complaint. One thing that isn't complained though is USB charging. We do use these a lot. However, I went on Amazon and bought adapters because these come USB-C. However, I just bought USB adapters on Amazon, plug them in, they work completely fine, that is also something that is pretty nice to have. We also have more USBs in there. We do charge a lot of USBs in the back seat when we go on road trips. So overall, back seat, I really do like it. We are the only 2 people that sit back here, and me and my brother, and we love the back seat. It is perfectly fine, and the seats are very, very comfortable. These actually are the upgraded seats that come with the Premium Plus. So the normal, I'll get into the details and options later in the video, but these are the upgrade seats that come with the warm weather package. So that is something to obviously think about when you're looking at the car, as well as the Q8 is a little bit more pricey than the Q7. Let's step in where pretty much the people that are buying this car will obviously be driving it more often than sitting in the back. So let's just turn it on real quick. So we have no complaints. I actually have no complaints with these screens here. These screens have been perfectly fine. No issues. It's all been really flawless. This is Audi's virtual cockpit. I have a whole video going through this entire car. So if you are interested, I recommend checking out that video. But yeah. So one complaint that we do actually have, I actually have though with this car, is 2 complaints. These screens. Now, these screens have obviously been really cooperative. They don't lag when the car starts up. However, at one time we had the entire screen freeze for no apparent reason. We took it to Audi. It apparently just needed a software update. However, other than that, it's been completely flawless. So there are no issues with these screens. It does take a little getting used to. It may look a little high-tech, but again, the screens act like buttons. As you can see, they have like a haptic touch to it. So honestly, you do get used to this very, very easily. One thing I don't also like about this car, it's not a problem, but all the black trim, it just gets so dirty super easily. So that is something also to think about. But this entire dashboard is the exact same in the Q7. Everything in like the front seat of this car, you can think I'm driving a Q7. It looks very, very similar. Honestly, it looks identical actually. So one complaint that we actually have though is the storage. This is not very deep. Let me just take all this crap out for a second. This is not very deep at all. It is very, very shallow, as you can see. It could only fit your phone and a couple pens maybe, or maybe this glasses case, but that's it. There is not a lot of storage in this car whatsoever. For whatever reason, I just gotta talk to you guys while I put all this stuff back now. For whatever reason, there's not a lot of storage in this car. You have obviously your side door bins. You have this bin over here, which you can hide stuff. You have a side door bin over there, but no space in the center console at all. There's like not even under tray or anything because of these screens, which is super, super disappointing. The lack of storage in this car is just mind-blowing. I mean, an $18,000 Honda Civic has more storage than this, which kind of blows my mind. This is the exact same issue with the Q7, and some friends actually, I went over with some friends to go car shopping, and they test drove the Q7, and I said one of the big complaints with this car is the storage, and they agreed. So that is something you do have to consider. The storage is like in-cabin storage, not the rear storage, but the in-cabin storage is a major complaint. It is very, very minimal. So just keep that in mind when you are going to be considering this car. Let's talk about the seats. These seats are the upgraded seats. They come with the Premium Plus. And this car does have the warm weather package, so you do get the perforated Napa leather seats, which only comes in the warm weather package. You also do get ventilated seats, which are very, very nice, definitely in the summer. And you also do get dual zone climate control, so you can change everyone's individual fan speeds as well, which is a very unique feature that not a lot of cars have. And as well as you can change like how much heat and how much cooling you want wherever. So that's pretty cool, at least. But overall, we've had really, those are the only complaints we've really had with the car. We have loved a lot of things with this car. We love the outside color. If you're curious, the outside color of this car is called Volsia. I think it's called Volsia Beige Metallic, which this is my favorite Audi color. I love the look of this color. So that's if you're wondering what the color is. But yeah, really do love the color. Now let's talk about one of my opinion, one of the must-haves if you do buy this car, and that is the engine. I highly recommend. My camera lighting is messed up. Okay, good, it's fixed. I highly recommend. Let's see if I can get it with holding the camera. Come on. Latch. There it goes. I highly recommend the 2-liter 6-cylinder, or the 3-liter 6-cylinder engine. So this car has the 3-liter 6-cylinder engine with 335 horsepower, turbocharged. Obviously, it is turbocharged. Highly recommend this engine. It has instant pickup than the 2-liter engine. So if you can, go with this engine. I highly recommend it. It is a must-have. It changes the way the entire car drives. It is in my opinion, it's just a must-have if you do go with one of these. Even with a Q7 or Q8, get this engine. I know the Q7 and the Q8 have options for a 2-liter 4-cylinder, which is nowhere near the same as the 6-cylinder. So I highly recommend the 6-cylinder. Go with the 6-cylinder. It may be a little bit more money, I know, but trust me, it changes the entire way the car drives. The pickup is instant. Have been the major complaints. That's how the maintenance has been, and the general overall ownership for 6 months with the Audi Q8. So I hope that this video has helped for people that are considering a Q8 or a Q7. If you have any questions about ownership of this car, please feel free to comment them down below, and I will be happy to answer them for you, because obviously I rode in this car hundreds of times already, so I know a ton about it. I am a huge car fanatic, as you can see that the Tesla shirt. So feel free, if you have any questions, comment them down below. And I look forward to see you guys in the next video. Peace.